What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's Hulu original series review of Animaniacs Season 2. Now, before we begin, if you like this video, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like any of these videos, awesome, hit that like button, as well as comment below any video that you watch, including this one. So here we are, we're back to talk Animaniacs Season 2, of course the rebooted series on Hulu. Animaniacs, if you don't know, and if you did not watch my first season review, is what I consider one of my favorite shows of all time. It's a show that as I've grown up and become an adult, especially close to 40, hits more and more with reality on how smart the series was as we were growing up. We remember it as very slapsticky and very over the top, but what the series does so well, especially the original series, is it was educational, it was very irreverent, it was actually making fun of American culture in a zeitgeist form, and it was willing to throw no punches, or actually threw a lot of punches at a lot of different things, including Hollywood and politics and, you know, the American logical thinking, I guess you could say. That's why the series was as popular as it was. But it's amazing how the series hits me differently as an adult than it did as a kid, which is the true test of a great show. So you can watch like The Simpsons, see it for what it is back then, and then watch it now, get a completely different take. It doesn't take away from the slapstick nature, but it's just that particular reasoning and logic that the series was so well positioned for, and on top of that, it had great characters. So when they announced the rebooted series, like I said, I was super excited, which is actually an understatement. I had tears when they sent me the screeners for the first season, and I pretty much gave it a very glowing review. I thought it hit the nail on the head. I thought it was just as irreverent, just as silly, but also truly educational, and it really pulled no punches on individuals in politics, and like I said, individuals in Hollywood and the state of America as we know when it comes to zeitgeist culture. But the problem I have with the show, and maybe, or I can't remember if I talked about it or not, is the one thing that I felt lacking from the series is the only characters that returned were, of course, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, and of course Pinky and the Brain, which of course are the most popular characters in the series. Makes a lot of sense. Pinky and Brain actually got their own TV series. So I understand the streamlining nature to what you wanted to do with the series, but I still miss those original characters, some of the, you know, tertiary characters like Slappy Squirrel, and of course the hippos, and, you know, Mindy and Buttons and the God Pigeons. I know a lot of them are very of the time, but I think bringing them into a newer realm could have fit and maybe worked a little bit. But I kind of forgave it because I thought maybe season 2 would, you know, up the ante and start bringing back some of those characters. Now, word of warning, I only did, like the last season, I only got 5 episodes, which I think is like 1, 2, either 4 or 5, and then 8 and 10. So maybe they're in the other episodes, like I said the last time, probably not. But they don't return in at least these episodes I watched, which is a little sad, and I'm a little disheartened by that, so it's a little taken down on a level score. But I still think, even after watching season 2, I still think this series, this rebooted series, still contains the heart, the wit, the wisdom, the educational aspects, the basically punching down when it has to, punching up when it has to. It doesn't hold back like South Park does with, you know, making fun of certain, you know, individuals like maybe our ex-president. There's a whole episode in the first episode which particularly does that with this character Nero. It's willing to take Pinky and Brain in new directions, which is really interesting, where, you know, it goes beyond the whole, you know, trying to take over the world. So there's some really cool stuff, but it also, once again, it makes fun of, like, you know, internet culture, spam, you know, how we get a lot of spam and stuff like that. It's willing to make fun of our obsession with the pay to play games. It has also stuff that, you know, has like Oliver Twist and stuff like that. So it does do stuff that doesn't make fun of our culture. But once again, there's not really anything different than the first season of the rebooted series, but it still is willing to push it a little bit further to make it even more funny than the first season was, which I think they did because they maybe were a little worried that they were going to go too far, but in the second season they're pushing it just just enough more that they're kind of going into some really interesting territory. But it's still Animaniacs, it's still what you love, it still has those moments where you laugh and, you know, giggle, and you laugh at some of the slapstick stuff, but you also laugh at the fourth wall breaking stuff, and, you know, it really takes the love and heart of what Animaniacs is, and really continues that, you know, love and heart. And that's what I've always truly loved about the series, and what I think, you know, bringing back all the actors, you know, the voice actors from the original series, like, you know, Maurice, LaMarche, and of course Jess Harnell and all those people, and or Tress MacNeille and whatnot. It's just really kind of interesting. It's really kind of interesting that a series that is almost 30 years old, done in the right way, which is bringing it more modern, has contained that love and passion that I was hoping for. You know, the second season just, it fires on all cylinders, and it kind of fires for every single second, every single minute. It's not perfect. There are some jokes that don't land, but it just, I feel that this is a series that is going to have a generational pull, that kids that, you know, were the age when I was watching it are really going to enjoy. They're not going to get a lot of the adult jokes, which this kind of edges and tiptoes around some really adult humor that I thought pushed the boundaries of what Animaniacs can do. But that kind of stuff is why this show is also meant for adults, because it also makes you laugh because you know exactly what they're saying, why they cut off at that exact moment, and that's what makes it funny. And other than that, there's not really much else to talk about. Like I said, the gags are there. The episodes, you know, the ones I got to watch are really funny. They really hit, you know, some good heart moments, some good funny moments, some good, you know, in your face moments and stuff like that. So it is really a series that, you know, even if you weren't a big fan of the original series, you might find something enjoyable about this. But if you're also like myself, you know, a big Animaniacs fan, it continues that trend of just being a good nostalgia trip, a good, you know, up-to-date trip on a favorite TV show. And it's just a fun overarching series that, you know, thankfully got a third season, which is kind of cool. And it definitely makes fun of Hulu when it wants to. It makes fun of Netflix. There's a point where it makes fun of the whole continue watching thing that you have to press when they want to make sure you're not dying. There's some really cool moments where, you know, it like jokes on like Westworld and, you know, some other things. So, but with that said, I'll kind of leave it there. You know, like I said, there's not much else to talk about. It is the same animation style. It's the same, you know, as what you saw in the first season of the rebooted series, and it still has great moments. Even though I wish some of the, you know, tertiary characters came back, what we got here is, you know, still just as fun and entertaining. And I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm still going to give it that score because I think it's a fantastic, you know, continuation of what we've gotten, you know, since last year or so. So that'll do it. That'll be my take on the second season of Animaniacs, premiered on Hulu. Comments below, like I said last year, what's your favorite segment from Animaniacs? Could be old, could be new. Are you looking forward to the second season? All that good stuff. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like any of these videos, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.